Nest Productions presents a Talking Comic podcast. Hi everyone, I'm Ryan.
I'm Sean.
Thought we'd try a new intro. Sounded all right.
I like
it's
it.
pretty solid.
I like it.
I get kind of bored doing the same thing over and over and over and over. I can't even tell you how many times I've said, "Welcome to Talking Comics, where we are bagged, boarded, and pre-recorded."
So it just kind of flows off.
I sounded like a 1950s reporter trying to get the scoop. Superman!
Like those old radio dramas.
What's happening between you and Lois Lane?
Like the old the radio drama.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a couple of things to talk to y'all about. Been a little while since we did a Talking Comics. We got so many projects going right now. It's hard to get to all of them. We kind of record them and upload them at our convenience, or my convenience. Probably the one that comes out after this will be a ungodly long Space Monkeys that I wasn't even at.
It'll be good. Don't worry.
I'm just gonna have the slides as a bunch of edited pictures of Sean and Jimmy bending each other over because I haven't gotten the photographic evidence yet.
Like a Yeti and a Sasquatch.
Where do you want to start? Do you want to start with your stuff? I figure, we'll do my thing a little.
Okay.
Maybe we'll sandwich it. Your thing, my thing, your thing. That sounds dirty as fuck.
I know. Do you have photographic proof of that?
No, I deleted all the pictures. I'm blackmailing you and Jimmy, not me.
All right. As you well know, 5 years ago, what was your take on the whole New 52? Because I know you read a lot more than I did.
I liked the New 52 for the most part. It made it a lot easier for me to jump into the storyline because at that point, I mean, not until like a year ago, I've always loved comic book stories and characters and stuff. I've gotten a few here and there. Like the first comic I really actually bought was Moon Knight.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I think I lent you that one. It was one of my favorites. But that Moon Knight story has been topped since by the more current Moon Knight series. They got some good-ass writers on that right now.
Yeah. Going to, how much of the Rebirth have you read?
Not a lot. I've read a little bit of The Flash. I read the all-new Superman issue 1, which was pretty good. But I haven't read a lot of them. I've been waiting for their trade paperbacks to come out. Thank God those are finally coming out.
Yes.
Because
how you and Garrett and everybody else always plug stuff at my store. I'm going to do a little shameless plugging, but I'm going to do it spoiler-free.
Spoiler-free.
Yes,
Good.
Yes, because
we want you to go out and buy them.
The last 5 years, New 52, and then last year Rebirth did come out.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say at the center of all this Rebirth thing, there's
a giant blue dong.
A mystery that ties the New 52 in some ways to the Rebirth that somehow involves the Watchmen.
Yes. It's
that's not really a spoiler at this point.
Yeah, it's all over the internet. Just like before they even announced it in the New 52 line, right before Rebirth, the whole Joker thing with 3 Jokers. I was like, normally I don't go out of my way for single issues, but I was like ready to buy those single issues to find out who the Joker was because of Batman in the Mobius chair.
That's right.
But the internet ruined it for me.
As it does most things.
I was just cruising along Facebook and they're like, what? There's 3 Jokers? Oh, you sons of bitches.
Well, I can go back to the early 80s with Underoos. Do you remember Underoos?
Aren't those underwear?
Yeah. But they were they had the license on everything, and there was one you could get DC and Marvel stuff, and stuff like that. There was one that they did it was Joker, and they had a panel. It was one panel drawn with it, and it was called Too Many Jokers. It was just a 1-page little comic, and there was 9, 10, 11 Jokers.
Right on.
Yeah, it was. All right, so I'm just going to pretty much blast through, like I said, spoiler-free, 5 of the ones that, if you're a fan, you need to get.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, before you start, I have trade paperback of The Flash Volume 1.
Yes.
And that's it. I definitely, if you have it after I'm done paying all my bills and stuff, I'm probably picking up one of those Nightwings.
Okay, yeah. Those are, yes, and these are the trade paperbacks that are coming out.
That's issues 1 through 6 or 1 through 8, depending on
what it is.
Sometimes they flip-flop.
Yeah.
Like
all
a
right.
giant blue dome.
So I'm doing, again, no relevance in the order I'm going up, but I'm starting with Flash.
Good choice, sir.
Lightning strikes twice.
Yes.
That is, now Barry Allen, he's kind of jumped up there in popularity.
Oh, yeah. And
a certain TV show.
Yeah.
You know?
Huh. Well, on TV, since when?
I know, right? And he's also set to appear in the Justice League movie. We'll see how that goes.
Yes. I am remaining hopeful.
Yeah, so am I.
Mostly, like, I'm glad. All right. So anyone who saw I keep derailing you. I'm really sorry, but you and I we're very passionate about this subject.
No, absolutely. Go with it.
And I haven't been on this microphone for this podcast in a while, so and we've been avoiding talking about this for a very long time. But all right. So in Batman v Superman, I'm sure most of you have seen it by now. It's been out a little while. They show a couple of clips of the other members of the Justice League that Lex Luthor happens to have, that Batman doesn't happen to have. I don't want to talk about it right now. And the Flash, played by, Ezra Miller?
Ezra Miller, yeah.
Yeah. Who's an actor I genuinely do like. He hasn't been in a lot of movies I've seen, but a couple of cameos and some TV shows I've watched over the years. Mm-hmm. And he's a pretty solid young actor. But in the video they showed of him, like, he had, like, long hair.
And a beard.
Like a prepubescent beard almost.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that is not a good look for Barry Allen. But they did, in the trailer for Justice League, they did make him cut it.
Yeah.
He looks a lot better, and I feel very excited because I've seen, the trailer, and his character looks awesome. I'm not a big fan of the armor suit, but the way that they make him move fast, I very much liked the cinematography for.
They took that suit from Injustice.
Yeah.
Gods Among Us.
They're taking a very big Injustice feel.
Yeah. Sure, but with the TV show, the movie, this Rebirth, I don't know how far you're into it, but this is definitely a book that, even if you're not a fan, or just, this is a perfect jump on board book.
Yeah.
Because you don't need a lot of back knowledge.
Like, a little bit, because there's certain character appearances who did not appear in certain storylines
right.
for the past 10 years.
But, I mean, you got... Like, if you watch the show, let's say you just started now, and you're like, I just binge watched it, and you go pick up a book. I would recommend this being a book.
Oh, yeah.
But at the same time, it also appeals to guys like me and you.
Yeah.
Long-time fans of it. You're like, oh, this is great. You got Iris West back as the love interest.
Mm-hmm.
Her nephew,
Wally West,
the new Flash. Or it's the 52 version.
Yes.
It was somewhat there.
Well, sort of. Basically, one of the Flashes... all right, so they have the new Kid Flash.
Yeah.
The one from the TV show.
Right. See, I'm kind of lost because I fell off New 52.
Yeah.
So I know he was gone.
Well, the Kid Flash that they had in the New 52 was not Wally West. It wasn't even someone related to Barry Allen. It was just a kid who had super speed.
Okay.
Who's not even attached to the Speed Force.
Okay.
And that kid was, only by happenstance, chose this name, the Kid Flash, and was chose the name Bart Allen.
That's it. Okay, yeah, Bart Allen. I do remember that.
And then they eventually ended up removing him from the New 52 as well. Which agitates me.
So there was just, they had this thing against Kid Flash for some reason. But another thing this book does, too, I like how it reestablished his rogues gallery.
Yeah.
Making him really menacing. And at the same time, introducing Godspeed.
Godspeed, his new supervillain for this series.
Yeah. I was just like, wait a minute, I don't remember. Oh, he's new. Okay, yeah. And not to mention the fact that all the while during this book, they're highlighting a certain blood-spattered yellow button that is definitely becoming the center of attention to this whole, not just...
I'm pretty sure it's all just a fucking joke.
Like so?
I'm giving subtle hints here, people.
Yeah.
Well, the first two weren't so subtle. That one was.
Wait till I end this list. You're going to like this one, too. My next one, Nightwing.
Yes.
I got a thread here.
I love the title.
Better than Batman.
Yes, better than Batman.
Now, I didn't mind. The New 52 took him out of the spandex and put him in more of a spy. Yeah,
for the first 5 volumes, so let's say 35 issues, he was Nightwing, the standard Nightwing, except instead of blue, he had a red costume because he was the hero of Bloodhaven, and he chose Bloodhaven red.
That's right, I was going to... Okay.
But for any of you who are kind of in the know, the Crime Syndicate, basically another Earth anti-Justice League of evil people. I haven't read the whole story, so I don't know all about it. But they outed him and quote unquote killed him.
Mm-hmm.
So he went on deep cover at Batman's orders, of course, to infiltrate this group called Spiral, which is a spy agency, and they're trying to get information on all of the superhumans in the world and stuff. I recommend it's the Grayson series. I totally recommend it 100%.
Yes. You just reconfirmed. I had some questions there and you answered them before I asked them. All right, you're awesome. But Tim Seeley, the writer that did that whole Grayson series.
Yeah, didn't he also work on Sheriff of Babylon?
No, that's Tom King.
Oh, different secret agent person, right?
Seeley. Well, no, they did it together.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They actually came in first half, second half.
Mm-hmm.
But Seeley is doing the Nightwing series now.
Nice.
By himself, and he's brought him back to Bloodhaven. Brought him home.
Nice, right on.
So yeah, it's all this homecoming and everything. So yeah, definitely Nightwing.
I know a little bit about the Nightwing Rebirth. I think I bought one of the single issues.
Mm-hmm.
Without spoiling anything, he's up against a very powerful group, and it should be very interesting to read the trade paperback.
Yeah. The next one on this list, I got to go Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things.
The Lies, only because, it's twice monthly for Wonder Woman.
Mm-hmm.
How they do this is the readers, you and I will go get the the beginning of the month and the end of the month.
Yeah.
Beginning of the month gets a story. It's set in the present,
mm-hmm.
and what's going on with her and everything. And at the end of the month, you get one set in the past, and they've redone the origin story for her, but it's really, really good.
Right on.
Not so much that, but it's also written at the same time. The origin story,
mm-hmm.
it kind of teases, because, depending on who done it over the 70-plus years of Wonder Woman,
yeah,
they take little tidbits of everything and then make it their own origin story,
yeah,
and it feeds the present story that you're reading.
Huh.
So, you'll see someone's oh my God, what's going to happen here? Or little snippets of the beginning of the month issue,
mm-hmm.
and then you go back and it's you're looking at a flashback.
Yeah.
For the end of the month one, which I thought was really cool. And it's I don't want to say a whodunit, but it like an onion,
mm-hmm.
peeling layers of everything. And it's just they leave you hanging. And you're oh, I can't wait for the next one. Oh, I can't wait for the end of the month. I can't wait.
Oh, yeah.
They're just it's the way it's written. It's really good.
Yeah, DC. I wish that. So, all right, Marvel and DC right now are neck and neck in my personal popularity of them, but for completely different reasons. Marvel, they have my, one of my top 5, Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. I love everything they're doing with Spider-Man. Then they got their movies. And that's where they're killing it. Like, a couple of their main continuity, like, favorite characters, they do a couple of really good comics and some great movies. But then over here, you got DC, and they're just slaying it with the comics and TV shows.
Yeah.
But then they're getting rather, what's the word?
They can't even keep a director.
Yeah. They can't keep their direction.
Yeah.
Director, erection, wordplay. And they're just falling flat with their movies. But they're killing it with their TV shows and their Rebirth comics.
Yes. Those Rebirths.
The future for both Marvel and DC in certain aspects are rocky. Very rocky.
Well, what do you think of, there's just nothing, it's not that it's horrible, there's just nothing jumping out from Marvel in comics. I mean, what?
Yeah, they had the Secret Wars 2 and the new Captain America, which was kind of hit and miss for most people.
I didn't like it.
I didn't read enough of it to really have any feelings towards it. But yeah, they just haven't been doing anything. I'm spending all my money that I give to Marvel on their movies, of course, and older trade paperbacks.
Yeah.
Although they're, like I said earlier, they're slaying it on Moon Knight right now.
All right, yeah, fair enough.
Like the past couple of years, they're like, you used to be pretty obscure. We're just gonna take you and put you right here in the spotlight, where everyone can see your nice, pretty white outfit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That somehow never gets dirty. Seriously, like, who's... I know I'm probably going to get flack for this, but between a fight between Batman and Moon Knight's going to win. Because he always goes the extra mile and kills people.
No, I just bring Stain Guard with him.
Yes, he's Scotch Guard that motherfucker.
Scotch Guard.
Clean as a whistle. I can't remember the titles of the Moon Knight series that I'm super into right now. I'll probably put those in the link down below, the description down below, because I recommend them like a lot. They're super, super good, and there's so much more. Like, the series that I'm super into right now isn't even his current run, and I'm crazy about it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I need to get the current run. I need to get this older run that's only like a year or two old. But yeah, all right. I'll stop going. I'll stop jimmying it up.
Well, no, you're fine. Remember, I told you that word around the campfire is they're supposed to springboard him off the Punisher Netflix series.
Yeah.
Mark Spector, the way they did it. Punisher with Daredevil.
I want to see that fight.
Right?
I want to see that fight. The table's getting all lopsided with me underneath it right now.
You're more than crescent mooned right now.
It just went from 6 to midnight.
All right, my second to the last one. Speaking of that, Tom King.
Tom King.
That's what we just talked about. He's doing the Vision,
mm-hmm.
Omega Men, Sheriff of Babylon.
Yeah, Sheriff of Babylon's good.
And he did that obscure book that he wrote. No, Ryan, Batman will beat Moon Knight. No, I'm kidding. No, but he did Batman I Am Gotham.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that series.
That is the one. That's the dude who basically filled the shoes, who had to pick up after Snyder left.
Those are some big shoes.
I know, right? Well, he's doing, on a side note, Scott Snyder's doing...
All-Star Batman.
All-Star Batman.
Yeah.
That's another one I want to read. I heard the synopsis on that one. But it was only a matter of time for that dude got one of the Holy Trinity of DC.
Yeah.
And what better one, man? I mean, the story there, I'm going to cut myself short because I want to talk about Batman. He puts the dark in the Dark Knight.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah, that guy's an awesome writer.
Yes.
Like, if I had known beforehand that he was taking over Snyder's Batman writing position, I would have been like, awesome. I can't wait to see what he does different.
Right? I know, because we talk about that at the shop, just like, oh man, I wonder what they're going to do.
Yeah.
For Snyder, well, he didn't really leave, but
yeah, he just transferred projects. I mean, Scott Snyder is like a god among comic book writers these days. I didn't know about him until I read a little book, kind of obscure. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it called Batman Court of Owls.
No. that one's an awesome one. And the All-Star Batman, he's kind of going after Two-Face.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Rescuing Harvey Dent.
Yeah, I dig it because Two-Face is probably one of my favorite villains in the Batman Rogues Gallery. Because, I don't know, something about dissociative identity disorder.
It's funny you say that, because the way Snyder, and he's doing it in this one too, the badassery of Batman, I don't know if that's a word or not, but it is.
It is now. Batman made it one.
And he always pulls the cowl back and the struggle with Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
I love the way he does that. And it's just going to clash with him and Harvey.
Another real quick Snyder book I would recommend is The Black Mirror. That is one that you actually have in the shop. It is super good. You're not getting Bruce Wayne. This is pre-New 52. Bruce Wayne is dead at this point. You are getting Dick Grayson as Batman, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, people are like, oh no, I don't want to see that. No, you want to read it. Trust me, it's a fantastic story.
Yeah, you just don't know you want to see it.
Yeah, you don't. You don't know yet, but pick it up seriously.
And the last one on my list, it's kind of a split. It is DC Rebirth and Titans, Return of Wally West.
Yes.
And the reason I put
those other ones in between my favorites.
Because somebody say sandwich. The only reason I'm doing that, again, it goes back to that little yellow button. Yeah. And it swerves in because they're intertwining all these books, and you never know when it's going to pop up or what scenario it is. And just the title. What more needs to be said? The Return of Wally West.
Yeah, which kind of takes us back to that first one we talked about, the introduction of an old character favorite that we weren't trying to spoil, but we had to because it's such a good comic.
Well, it's like
if you're listening to this, you're probably into comic books.
Yeah.
Or you just have nothing better to do, and we still love you for it for listening. But then you've probably in on most of this stuff. Have picked up a single issue here or there. Been on Facebook or the internet at all, any comic related site, and you've probably seen a thing or two about all of this. But yeah, they acknowledge, like we talked about Rebirth before on here, and Rebirth is DC's apology for some of the things they did in the New 52.
And that's what this Titans is too. It's like a coming home story for fans and Wally.
Yes.
And it kind of tugs at the heartstrings too.
Oh yeah.
Because the Titans, they're work best together. They're family. Not to mention the fact that Wally knows that someone or something is messing with this entire universe.
Yeah, he's been stuck
for 5 years.
For 5 years in the Speed Force, essentially, watching everything around him, trying to hold himself together and not be torn apart and made a part of the Speed Force.
Yeah, and he knows whatever this thing or person is very powerful, messing with the entire universe, and at the same time he's coming to terms with his old new surroundings.
Yeah, and he
kind of like the Reader. It's very parallel.
Not only has he been watching this new universe, this new 52 unfold and be created, he remembers everything from before the New 52. His wife, his kids, and so they took. Not only did they, was he out of the universe, but they took like 10 years of history from everybody.
Yeah.
More or less.
Not to mention the fact that the new Teen Titans Towers is built in Manhattan. Coincidence? Or Blue Dong Theory?
Blue Dong Theory. Let us know down in the comments below if you want to hear about the Blue Dong Theory.
So yeah, those are the ones I highly recommend at this point in time. Because those are the ones I'm familiar with at this point in time.
Yes. Definitely, like, I'm definitely need to get the Nightwing trade paperback and the Teen Titans trade paperback.
Yes.
What do you guys? They're bringing everyone back to their roots with this Rebirth. You know who's finally back home? This is not related to my topic at all. It's just another one of my favorite characters that I want to talk about for a split sec here. Constantine is finally back in London, baby.
Yes.
Evidently, he's been like cursed to the point, like, if you read any of the New 52, if he goes to London, he starts to become deathly ill, like coughing up blood. He looks like shit, and he can only be there for a little while before he has to get out.
It's damp there.
It's damp. Oh, I can't do a English accent. I almost went Australian, not Australian, but Irish to do my Constantine impression. It's too fucking damp here. Well, which actually is a perfect segue. That'll be funnier once Sean watches this, because I totally am putting a picture of a segue right there.
Fair enough.
So this Friday is St. Patrick's Day, or this this Friday that just happened was St. Patrick's Day. I hope everyone made it home safe. You drunks, Sean.
I don't leave the house, so
he's gonna go out and just punch a possum right in the face. You'll hear more about that in the future. So just another thing happening this Friday. A new TV show is coming out.
Yeah.
A show I have been very much anticipating. The immortal Iron Fist is finally coming on to the small screen.
Finally.
So it just came out. Not everyone's going to be like Sean and I and binge watch it on the first night. I'm literally going to be up till like 5 a.m. Thursday night. Like Thursday, midnight rolls around, I'm going to turn on Iron Fist. That's what's going to happen right now.
Oh, you'll be ahead of me.
Because it's probably for the best, because I think I'm getting sick, so I'm probably just gonna like crash out and not be able to binge watch the whole thing that night. So I thought I would educate y'all.
Do it.
Give you a little information on this character and why you should care about him, because he's awesome. That's why. This is another character by Marvel. It is part of the contract between Marvel and Netflix that they got going on for the Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist, Punisher, so much, much, much more. Also, on that note of Marvel, actually, like Marvel working on good stuff, other than movies, did you see that they actually have the Marvel tag on Legion?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, Marvel is actually working on that project with them.
Yeah. There's hope.
Awesome.
There's hope yet. There's hope yet.
I didn't know if I'd be able to hit that note.
You did.
So, all right. Danny Rand is the immortal Iron Fist, the living weapon himself from Kunlun. He is a martial arts master. He's crazy rich. He is another character I think would beat Batman. I'm just shitting all over Batman.
That's all right.
He wore. If I ever see Batman, I better be wearing my brown pants. Different character, Ryan. Get back on topic. So yes, Danny Rand is Iron Fist. He was from a rich family of wealthy business people, the Rand family. His father proposed that him, his mother, and Danny should go on a trip, a little mountain voyage up a big-ass snowy hill. And so at this time, just by coincidence, evidently, Kunlun, this mystic city that no one is supposed to know about, is unveiled every, I don't know off the top of my head, 150 years, let's say, 200 years or whatever. Kunlun is very much like that temple from Doctor Strange.
Okay.
I don't remember that temple.
I know what you're
but
saying, yeah.
it's Kunlun is like, it's one of the other temples, one of the 8 or whatever. I'm pretty sure. I don't know all of the history perfectly.
There is a time,
but it is one of the, like, if you've ever watched the Ultimate Spider-Man series that they have on Netflix, there's an episode that's all around Iron Fist where Spider-Man goes with him to Kunlun because Iron Fist is like, all right, he's being taken back because it's time for him to take over as, like, leader of the clan.
Mm-hmm.
And the Doctor Strange is like, oh, hey guys, how's it going? Danny, Spider-Man, and it's an ethereal being. And he's like, Spider-Man says, was that Doctor Strange? He's like, yeah, we're on the same ethereal plane. So he stops over. He comes by for sugar sometimes. So not only is he a martial arts master, he's also a mystic master.
Mm-hmm.
Master of mystics. Mysticism.
Okay.
Other words that mean magic. So, yes, his father and his mother and him go on this hike up. I can't remember the name of the mountain. They also bring along Dad's business associate, his business partner, someone that's supposed to be his best friend. And you can probably see where this is going. Danny almost falls off a ledge. His dad and mom save him. Friend sees them now dangling off the ledge, pushes them off. Now he's going to take over the company, and he leaves Danny on the mountain to die.
And dead parents.
And dead parents. Because you can't be a superhero without a dead relative.
And
Unless you're Wally West at the beginning, or The Vision, or...
all right, we got it.
He's freezing to death, and he's walking up on the mountain, and he comes across Kunlun, and they, what's the word I'm looking for here? Reluctantly accept him.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the people are like, I don't want him here. He's an outsider. They're like, get out of here, Whitey.
Yes.
But he stays on, and he starts mastering the kung fu and the martial arts. Those are the same thing. The mystic, magic and stuff. And eventually he goes to take the Iron Fist initiation challenge thing. And it's where, young men, they have a chance to fight this dragon and gain the power of the Iron Fist.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to fight Xiao Lao, the Undying. Quite the title there. It instills a lot of confidence. Wait, he's undying? So he wins. And I think the way he won was like not even through skill, but luck and strength. Like in his origin story, he gets behind the dragon and like suffocates it with just wrapping his arms around him as hard as he could, and just got lucky.
Yeah. So he's got like some skill.
Yeah, he's
just the balance of the astral and the physical of the martial arts and the mysticism.
The yin and the yang, essentially.
Exactly.
The
chi. The tai and the chi.
The chai tea. Yes, please.
For your throat.
Yes.
You're
I know, I'm sounding a little Johnny Cash over here. Talking about that ring of fire.
Ooh,
burns.
Not at my age, I know. Forever.
So he becomes the Iron Fist, and now, as one does when they get ultimate power and complete their training, goes back to the big city to get revenge for his family. Mm-hmm. Goes to New York.
The big city.
The Big Apple. The big Marvel apple where all the heroes live.
Pretty much. Get a little crowded there.
Yeah. I'm surprised any crime happens ever.
Right?
So he goes to get revenge. I don't want to ruin too much of the story because they'll probably reveal a little bit of this in the show. Hopefully. I just want you guys to know kind of what to expect from it. I'd give a quick list of some of his powers. He's got superhuman agility, blast powers, energy absorption, energy manipulation, energy enhanced strikes. He's an escape artist. He can heal himself. He can use hypnosis, inertia absorption. He's insanely rich. That's what the website says. He's insanely rich. He's got a high intellect. He has some invulnerability. He can siphon life force. He has superhuman stamina. He's very stealthy like a ninja. He has super hearing, super speed, super strength. He's a master swordsman, a master of all unarmed combat and armed combat. So, yeah, he's master of all weapons and all martial arts. Sweet. On top of, and the majority of those are just his physical capacities. Mm-hmm. I mean, about a quarter of them were his mystic capacities, and there's evidently more that they introduce in comics nowadays. And a couple of the teams that he's been on. I have to mention this little tidbit. During the Civil War, not the old one, but the one with the superheroes, the one we just watched on the big screen. In the comics, at least, Matt Murdock is outed as Daredevil.
Yeah.
And sent to prison. So Danny puts on the old Daredevil costume and takes his place as Daredevil to fool people into thinking that Matt Murdock is not Daredevil. And when Matt gets out, he goes, back to routine, puts on a Daredevil costume, and goes out and tangles with, real quick for a couple of pages, Danny Rand as Daredevil. And he's like, "Who the hell are you?" "I'm Daredevil." He's like, "Danny? Is that you? Matt?"
You're right.
A couple of teams that Iron Fist has been on, because I don't want to talk too much more about it. It was part of the Avengers, the Defenders, obviously, because that's one of the shows coming out of this awesome contract of Netflix and Marvel, and part of a little group between him and one of his best buds, Heroes for Hire, Power Man, and Iron Fist.
Yes.
So that's all I got for you guys about the immortal Iron Fist. There's so many great stories. I've barely read any Iron Fist. I was doing my research, making sure I got all the right information down. I was I saw this, huge scrolling page of stories that he's been in that I'm going to have to get myself in the future.
What do you think? I'm going to bounce some questions/comments off you, and I want to hear your input.
Yep.
What do you think of, because you saw Doctor Strange?
Yes.
The movie? They introduced the sling ring, which I thought was cool. What if they tie that in? What if
that would be awesome.
Sling ring.
That would be awesome.
And how awesome would it be? He's going to come in handy against the Hand, no pun intended. You know what I mean? Because you saw with the ending of Daredevil and everything. Oh, yeah, and Electra. What are you looking for out of all that, just real quick? What are you hoping to see in the series?
I'm hoping to see some really awesome martial arts.
Yeah, well,
I'm a very big Kung Fu movie fan. I know we're not going to, as per usual with these TV shows on Netflix, we're not going to see him in the costume. I hope that they use his more modern costume that's kind of like a Bruce Lee skin tight,
Did you see the jacket though? With he doesn't have a shirt on underneath. He's got this. It's kind of hinting at the costume, just not too over the top.
Because I'm not a big fan of that big deep V that he wears in some of the older comics.
The jacket's got a zipper and it's green. It's got the green.
Yeah, green and yellow. It's funny that the hero wearing all green almost is coming out on St. Patty's Day.
Yeah. You said something that I thought was genius because he had I pointed out the black chest tattoo.
Yes, so Iron Fist has the symbol of the Iron Fist, a dragon, on his chest, tattooed or marked. He doesn't actually get it tattooed in the comics.
Right.
It's the mark of Shao Lao, the Undying, which is how you become the immortal Iron Fist.
Right.
And I proposed that instead of doing a tattoo, at least if I was a director, if me personally, if I was direct or writing, whatever, whoever's in charge of that, instead of doing a all black tattoo on his chest, which it looks all right, but I would have gone with a burn mark.
Yes.
So like, if they did it like take this out of the comic almost, the scene where he gets behind Xiao Lao, chokes him to death. Xiao Lao bursts into flames, goes out, and then comes back in and hits Danny in the chest, imbuing the power of the Iron Fist in him and burning the dragon onto his chest.
A giant brandy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. You told me that the other day. I'm like, yes!
So, I mean, maybe that's along the lines of what they did, and maybe, like, the dragon hits him and it turns into a tattoo. But, I feel like a burn mark would have been a little bit better for live action.
That would be awesome, too. Okay. A few questions I'm going to fire at you. You think the Defenders will join the crossover? Phase 3? Infinity Wars?
Maybe. I mean, we can only hope.
Yeah.
I know that we already got Iron Man, Spider-Man, and Star-Lord going on in it.
We were talking about that Spider-Man movie's coming out in May.
Yeah.
Dude, how awesome would it be if you had the cop from Luke Cage, like, what's her name?
Misty Knight.
Misty Knight, thank you. God, I'm horrible. I just watched it again for like the umpteenth time. I can't remember. But that's her beat. Like, something happens, go down, Spider-Man does the deal, cops show up, and there she is, boom. You know what I mean?
And she's just like, fucking supers.
Yeah, exactly.
Or I guess it's going to be PG-13, so frickin' supers.
Okay, this fall, another TV show's coming out. Right now, do you think the Inhuman royal family already exists?
Yes.
Me too.
They're the oldest group of mutants, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have to be out there somewhere.
These are all questions I was thinking of going into Phase 3. So,
I would very much like for another idea of mine, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. They're at an intergalactic space bar, and Star-Lord's there chatting up that one foxy looking Inhuman chick.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
That would be awesome.
Okay, another question going into Phase 3. What do you think Vision's fate will be? Because, you know, we talked about...
To start a family.
Yeah. Either they write a way where he will survive without the stone.
I think they should. He's a very important character to the Avengers and whatnot.
And we haven't seen him do enough yet.
Yeah.
Or does he literally have a bullseye on his forehead?
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe the stones imbued him with enough power to sustain it without needing it anymore. Maybe he absorbs all the power in the stone.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe at the end, towards the end, Vision's like laying there all messed up. The stone's been ripped from his forehead, and one of the other heroes goes and they very craftily, probably like Star-Lord or Spider-Man, craftily yank that yellow stone out of the gauntlet and do like a hot potato and get it to Vision, and they slam it in his head, and he like absorbs all the power from it.
See, I was close. The thing I was thinking of was, you remember in the when he came in the movie, Thor and Stark both hit him at the same time.
Yeah.
Thing that's kind of maybe that fused it to his circuits or what have you.
Yeah,
you find out it's like training wheels. You can pull out the stone. He really doesn't really need it. Type thing. But yeah. All right. Now, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I know you behind on it.
I am very behind.
But you're not that far behind. What do you think of the possibility of Phil Coulson and the Avengers meeting again?
I would love it. I'd love for him to give them like a bunch of shit about that little Civil War spat.
How do you think that'd go down on the Avengers side, though? Because that's the whole reason they got together. If you go back and watch the first movie, it's like Uncle Ben coming back to life almost. You know what I mean?
All right. So he could just be like, "Come on, guys," and he'd be like, "You're alive? The only reason we do this is because you died." And he's like, "Yeah, I'm actually director of S.H.I.E.L.D."
You're right.
And then they'll be like, "Oh, fuck you, Coulson. We thought you were dead." And they break up, and then they have to get back together.
Well, they're already broke up at this point, but you're right, though. I just thought about that when you said that.
Or he could, like, find Cap and be like, "Your country needs you, soldier."
all the blame would go on Nick Fury, as usual.
Yeah.
Because on the show, I mean, without spoiling anything, but Lady Sif from Thor,
Yeah.
Maria Hill, and Fury have been on, they have done crossover stuff.
Yeah.
But, okay, here's another one. Do you think the Red Skull will return?
Not for a while.
But he's not dead.
He's definitely not dead.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do with him as not being a very avid Captain America fan. I enjoy him, but I'm not like, Captain America. I'm like, Spider-Man.
Right.
He's a nerd and now he's a superhero.
Okay. But we are in agreement that he's not dead.
He's not dead.
None of those people that got blasted are dead. They're teleported, I think.
Yeah, they're probably in, the Dark Zone or whatever they call it in Marvel.
I think they'll do a thing.
Getting stronger and smarter.
Yeah.
Planning their attack.
Okay, I gotta go. You got Jeff Goldblum in Ragnarok. The Thor 3's coming out.
Yeah.
He's playing the Grandmaster.
Grandmaster?
Yeah. The Collector's brother.
Yes.
Now, Collector, good guy or bad guy? Where do you think he stands?
In the middle, like always.
Right.
He is just looking to finish out his collection of action figures.
So he could fuck with his brother.
Yeah.
Vice versa.
Pretty much.
I am very excited to see Jeff Goldblum as the Grandmaster. That'd be awesome. All right. Where do you think the real Mandarin is, and will he show up again? Because you remember, did you like Iron Man 3?
Yeah, it was all right.
I liked it.
The real Mandarin. Because
they did the thing where the guy, he was an actor, but Trevor Slattery?
Yeah.
He was just posing it. I mean, I don't know if anybody got that at the end of the movie. Did we see the real Mandarin? Did we not?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was goofy Ben Kingsley playing the part of a goofy Ben Kingsley, and he was the Mandarin?
That's a good question.
They do a lot of references.
Another character, not a very big reader of, is Iron Man.
Really? So
I don't think I've ever actually read an Iron Man comic.
Oh, really?
I've watched, animated movies and whatnot. I mean, there's a reason I don't like MODOK.
Yes, there is.
And it was because of that animated cartoon with Iron Man, MODOK, and what was his name? What was the name of the dragon?
Animated cartoon with a dragon?
What's the name of that? He's one of the biggest dragon bad guys in the Marvel Universe. I can't remember his name. I can't remember. If I remember, I'll put up the name on the screen.
You do it to me all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, incontinent bastard.
I'm just thinking that after Infinity War, the movie, like who's gonna live? But it's begging for an Iron Man 4.
Yeah.
Just for the simple fact, we got to do Mandarin. We got to do what happened. I mean, this is just me. Go ahead and make fun. I want to know what happened to Tony and Pepper's relationship.
He's also a big fan of Riverdale, you guys.
I am.
A big surprise.
I'm
wanting to know
fan.
how these people's relationships go on.
And I got, totally. Don't get me started. That's a whole nother podcast.
That's a whole other podcast.
Oh, Riverdale's awesome. Last question. Where are the Incredible Hulk characters? When I say characters, I mean Betty Ross, because we saw General Ross in Civil War.
Mm-hmm.
Same dude. Abomination, and the leader. Remember at the end of the Hulk movie?
Yeah.
I mean, you saw the guy spilled in
Mr. Blue.
Yeah, and he was, his head was very familiar. The leader, right? You know the leader?
Only because we've had this conversation once before.
I don't know. All my conversations run together.
I'm interested to see She-Hulk. I have a feeling
Netflix series.
They're going to pull her out through Netflix.
Fingers crossed. And Moon Knight.
You know what would be a really interesting way to do that is the way that Misty Knight has to quit being a cop is because she accidentally comes across a very angry She-Hulk. And She-Hulk rips her fucking arm off.
Oh, they're teasing that goddamn arm.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you might lose it. Nah, just kidding. You thought it was gonna be robotic.
I felt like what's his name in Hot Tub Time Machine. Here comes the orb. Oh yeah, that Luke Cage was great. I watch it over and over again. But they'd have to do like the whole origin thing with the whole blood transfusion.
Yeah. They could do it in like tiny flashbacks.
There you go. God damn. Why don't you write something?
I can't write a story, an actual story to save my life. I come up with ideas, and it turns out some of them are right.
A lot of stuff. So how about if I write something, you just sit on my shoulder?
What are you, a fucking idiot? Don't do that. Did you shit your pants again? So I gotta stop talking about you pooping your pants.
Oh, it happens. You know.
At least you don't have a big blue dong.
Don't help the gerbil.
All right, so I think that's all we got for today.
That's it.
Yeah, I rambled on quite a bit.
That was fun.
So thank you guys, as always, for watching and listening. And so, God, I'm so rusty at this talking, comics talking. I'm not even saying it right.
I'm keeping the outro the same.
Please like, comment, and subscribe and all that jazz. This is something that all the YouTubers are doing. Right next to our subscribe button, after you click that, click it and see what happens. It's really cool. This little bell icon pops up. And when you click that bell icon, you get notifications for every time we upload a video.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
He's talking to me too.
I have to send him. I'll post it to the Facebook page. He'll get an alert.
I gotta go with what I know. Well, show me that when we're done.
Apparently, you're computer incontinent too.
It's a computer.
All right. So, thank you guys, as always, for watching. And, as always,
have a day.